Welcome to Dao Headlines. I'm Louisa Liu. Thank you for joining us. Tzu Chi volunteers have stationed themselves in Luocheng village of Sifang municipality, one of the worst hit areas in the Sichuan earthquake. Local resident O Guangming and his family lost their house and belongings to the earthquake. Yet these farmers rushed to harvest vegetables from their farm to donate to Tzu Chi volunteers, who have been providing hot meals to the victims.
The house O Guangming has renovated with all his savings is now a chaotic pile of rubble. The recent quake in Sichuan still haunts him.
It's collapsed. Everything's gone. It's all ruined. All of it.
After the disaster, this homeless family of more than 10 took refuge in a temporary shelter. The family escaped the disaster unscathed because all of them were out in the field tending to vegetables when the quake struck. Feeling blessed to still be alive, these farmers generously donate vegetables to Tzu Chi volunteers who provide free meals to victims.
He came to help those farmers in the disaster area, so we want to help you in return.
The ample supply of freshly picked vegetables is the only source of income for these locals in the aftermath of the earthquake. Yet without hesitation, the people donated freely. Homeless yet generous, villagers have demonstrated that poverty does not hamper the will to give.
There have been countless casualties in the Sichuan earthquake. However, many of the survivors are not seriously injured but are suffering from shock. In the village of Luocheng, Tzu Chi volunteers organized a free clinic on Thursday last week. Grateful villagers started queuing up early in the morning to see the doctors from Taiwan.
Knowing that the Tzu Chi medical team from Taiwan is here, at 7 o'clock in the morning, Luocheng villagers form a long line outside the free clinic. Smiling volunteers lead waiting patients in a group exercise, encouraging them to limber up together. Outside the tent, volunteers tend to the emotional needs of distressed victims, while inside, doctors check their physical conditions.
Before the earthquake, we could see the doctor, but now the hospitals are full of serious casualties, so we people can't see the doctor.
We're very grateful for you coming to help. Thank you.
Apart from injuries, doctors say quake victims will soon be suffering from emotional trauma, in addition to already existing chronic conditions.
They have things like diabetes, high blood pressure, and insomnia. We know post-traumatic stress syndrome will be apparent about a month later.
Carefully checking each case, the Taiwanese doctors may not understand the local Sichuan dialect, but language is no barrier here. As they say, everyone is in the same boat when it comes to serving victims.
During the free clinic held in Luocheng village, doctors discovered that post-traumatic stress disorder has worsened the symptoms of many seniors' chronic illnesses. Tzu Chi's disaster relief team is at the town offering medical and mental consolation for residents. With tears in his eyes, 66-year-old He Wenfu agonizes over his grandson lost to the Sichuan earthquake.
My grandson and I depend on each other for life. After his father passed away, we shared our lives, slept together, ate together.
After her son died in a car accident and his daughter-in-law left home many years ago, he single-handedly raised the little boy. For a second time, his happiness is stolen by the devastating earthquake.
Don't be sad, Grandpa. You'll be my grandfather from now on.
As his grandson's friend, Chen Tao tries to soothe the sorrowful senior. The little boy even gives him a massage as he sees the doctor.
I was under 2 slates, so I was protected from being hit. I just suffered some minor injuries, but him, I didn't know what happened to him. I found out later that he was dead.
Chen Tao says he will take over his dear friend's role to look after his grandfather. At the free clinic, many seniors' chronic illnesses have worsened from the shock of losing their loved ones.
With so many dead, I can no longer feel my pain, no matter how excruciating it may be.
Wang's daughter also passed away in the earthquake, refusing to accept the tragedy. Wang suffers from insomnia, high blood pressure, and is constantly dizzy. Tzu Chi's medical team is here to help. Besides stationing a team of medical staff in Luocheng village, Tzu Chi volunteers are also providing hot meals for the villagers. Serving 4 different dishes and a soup each meal, everyone says they couldn't ask for anything better.
Cutting vegetables, cooking with sizzling oil and spicy chilies. Tzu Chi volunteers are adding a touch of Sichuan's traditional flavor to the meals. Villagers come in droves to help out these volunteers from Taiwan.
You travelled such a far distance to come and see us. I'm already so happy. Even though we are disaster victims, we're confident that we'll be able to rebuild our houses.
While some tend to the cooking, some are helping to cut the vegetables.
We love to come help out. You have been so kind to us. We really cherish you coming here from Taiwan. I'm the first one here to help out. I even came before you arrived, and I'm coming again in the afternoon.
You're willing to travel all the way here to help us. Of course, we need to help ourselves as well.
Serving a perpetual line of eagerly waiting people, volunteers deliver the meals with both hands in a show of respect. Not forgetting to be eco-friendly, reusable chopsticks and bowls are also given to the villagers.